Showtime, dead time, please stand. Hi, this is Tyrone Muhammad the Mortician, and today I'm just coming to you live and direct. I'm coming here today with my buddy. This is my buddy. You remember back in the day we had that commercial where it said, my buddy and me. Well, yes, this is live and true today. This is my buddy. My buddy, wherever my buddy go, I go, and everywhere I go, my buddy goes. See, but you got to understand that me and my buddy, we have a love-hate relationship. Why you say that? He loves me, but I hate him. Why? He loves me because I give him what feeds his appetite. Listen to what I'm saying. He loves it when I give him people that's going to forever stay in here. We know that, but he likes it even better when I give him that young teen. Right? He likes when I can give him that young, vibrant, energetic, that supple, that have so much potential. He loves when I'm able to lay one of them in here. He gladly delights in that. It's like a full-course meal. He's actually getting the appetizer, the main meal, and the dessert. And he loves it. And he wants you to continue doing that. So today, we had a talk last night. Because me and my buddy, understand, we talk all the time. When I got issues, I talked to my buddy. My buddy he talked to me. So last night he had a conversation with me. He told me to come tell you today. He told me to thank a few people. He said, this is what he told me. He told me to thank a few people. And he told me first he wanted to thank the parents. He wanted me to thank the parents. He wanted me to thank the fathers, the absentee fathers that walked out on the little young man who was trying to find his way in guidance. And he needed a role model, someone he can look up to. He said, thank you. Thank you for walking out on him. Thank you for walking out on him, leaving him there with his own vices. So my buddy said, thank you on that. He's happy. He's happy when the father walks out. He's saying, thank you. See, because he said every time he said thank you and you walk out and leave and he end up here, he said, now the blood is on your hands. See, and he didn't stop at the father. He told me to thank the mother. He said, thanks, Mom. He said, thank the mothers for me, Muhammad. And I said, wow, why you want me to thank the mothers? He said, because, see, the mothers was the one back when they was out there in the street and they was fantasizing about these young brothers that's riding around these beautiful cars, these beautiful, expensive cars, dressed nice. The cars had beautiful rims on it. Some of them were spinning, some of them chrome. He said, thank them. He said because when they got involved with the man, they got him for materialism. They didn't know that the man had no substance in him. He said, so tell him, Muhammad. He said, thank him. He said, that's why, because without him, that's why he eating good. So he wanted to thank the mothers. He said, mothers, now the blood is on your hand, mothers, for getting involved with men that had no substance and you was just following them for material things. So he said, thank you. He also wanted me to thank the school teachers. He said, thank you, teachers. He said, thank you for knowing that he didn't know how to read. Listen to me. This is what he told me. I'm telling you. He had me up all night. He said he wanted to thank you because you knew that the brother, he couldn't write. You knew that he couldn't read. You knew that he can know basic arithmetic, right? But you passed him. You neglected him. You knew and you labeled him with ADD and you put him on Ritalin. He said, thank you. And you destroyed his mind. He said, thank you. See, he wanted me to tell you that. He said, now teachers, right? He said, teachers, he said, you still had that opportunity to build them up when his mother and father couldn't do it. But he was right there in your grips for 8 hours, 5 days a week, and you neglected him. So my buddy said, thank you. He said, now the blood is on your hands. And he didn't stop there. He went a little further. He told me to thank the police officers. He said, yeah, them little rookie cops that's out there, that's giving the tickets out, that's putting tickets on cars, trying to think he's doing something, walking the beat. He said, thank you because you turned a blind eye when you saw him getting beat down in the street. You turned a blind eye when you saw the illegal actions going down with your comrade and putting them in here in the early demise. He said, thank you because you was just chasing a paper. You was just chasing a paycheck. But you turned a blind eye when you saw something not right going on and you didn't help him out. So he's screaming out. He's saying, thank you, police officer. He said, now the blood is on your hands. But he didn't stop there. He said, thank you, pastors. Oh man, he went so long with the pastors, I had to stop him. He said, pastors, he said, please thank. He said, thank them good. He said, thank the pastor, it's good. I said, why? Why do you want me to think? He said, because listen, they're supposed to be the true leaders in the community. They are the ones that are supposed to have been called by God. They're supposed to have been summoned by God with the word of God that could put life into them, man. But they was too busy worrying about how much money was in the plate. He said, thank you. He was worrying about, the pastor was worrying about what type of car can he ride in. He was more in tune to that. But he had the fresh young mind sitting there looking to learn. He was so eager. He was reaching out. My daddy ain't there, Pastor. Help me. Pastor turned the blind eye. He said, my mother's not there, Pastor. And the pastor turned the blind eye. The teacher wasn't there. The cop wasn't there. So his last thing was to reach out to the pastor. But the pastor turned the blind eye. He kept giving those same old stories. He was chasing monetary. So the pastor wasn't there. So the pastor was there. But the pastor was there when we eulogized him. When we put him in his church, the pastor was there then. The pastor was saying how good he was there. But when he needed the pastor wasn't there. Listen, this ain't me. Listen. It's not me. This is what my buddy is saying. My buddy is telling me. He kept me up all night telling me this. So I'm just telling you what he said. He's saying thank you, and the blood is on your hands. He said he went a little deeper than that. I said, you can't go no further than that. He said, yes, I can. I said, you can't go no further than the pastor. He said, oh, yes, I can. I said, who's next? He said, the community. I said, the community? He said, yeah. He said, because remember, y'all always teach in the African-American community that the African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. He said, the village is gone. I got them sucked up. I got them wrapped up. Nobody is there to take care of the child. Everybody is busy doing their own thing. He said, you left the child to his own vices. Now I'm doing it. The community ain't worrying about him no more. He said, so thank the community. The community just walk by. They see him suffering. Right? They see him on the street corner looking for help. He crying out. Nobody's there. And he just said, thank you. He said, community, stay illiterate. Community, stay not attached with me taking all your young babies. He telling me, this is what he told me. He thanked you for taking so many. He said, you're not doing nothing about it. You're not upset. You're not moved by it no more. He said, thank you. And he also said that the blood is on your hands. But listen, family, it ain't over. Because I'm the voice of reason. I'm not saying I'm the leader, but I'm telling you, mother, it ain't too late, mom. Listen to me, mother, it ain't too late. We can win our children back, mom. You've done so much for us, mothers. You gave, first of all, you gave us life. We thank you for that, mom. What we're doing is asking you, mom, to come on back. We need you back, mom. Daddies, we need you. Fathers, listen, it ain't too late. You and mom may can't work it out, but fathers, we need you back. We need you back. School teachers, we need you to teach better. We need you to educate. We need you to really love your profession. You the one wanted to be a teacher. You the one wanted to be a teacher, to educate our people. So we're trying to bring you back. Police officers, you're supposed to protect and serve the community. Police officers, come back. Listen, we want to win this. We wanted the inventory to go down. See, right now, my buddy in the government, listen to me. My buddy and the government, they operate together. Yes, they see our young people as inventory. And right now, the inventory is very high. We want to take the inventory down. When I say inventory, we're talking about black lives. We're talking about lives in general. We're talking about balance in general. We don't want to see so many more of our young people in the caskets. Listen to me. Listen to me. Pastor, it's not too late, pastors. It's not too late, pastors. You can come back. You've been called by God. And we know that you do the best that you can, pastors, but we need you to come out of the pulpit and come to the streets, pastor, because if not, my buddy, he's making a living off you, pastor, and you two is kind of in the same because he gets them and then he bring them back to your church where you had them first, see? You had them first. You had the first opportunity to wrap your arms around them before my buddy did it. So now he's giving them back in your church for the funeral. So listen, pastor, the time, you come on back. We need you, pastor. We need you. And as I close out, listen to me. I don't want to forget about the doctors. The doctors, you two doctors, who misdiagnose our people, who misdiagnose these young people and label them and send them back home. And then they become bad to themselves. Also, rappers. Yes, rappers, you too. He thank you. You think that you're going to have this luxurious lifestyle, that you're going to tell us to pull out that 9, right? right? That shoddy, right? The Mac 9, the 9mm, right? The street sweeper. You saying all that in your videos in your life, and then they eat that, right? And then they start shooting and killing all over the place, and then you walk away like your hands don't have no blood on it. You know what my buddy said? The blood is on your hand too. Listen, it is on your hands too. Rappers, funeral directors, the blood is on your hand. We have a perfect opportunity to speak out, to say these things that we needed to say to help our people out. Even as they're in death, we can still hit the field and give our people, give them something, funeral directors. We need you, funeral directors. We know there's some of you out there that's doing good and great things. We need you, because right now, the blood is on your hands. So as I close out, my buddy just wanted to personally thank you. He said, thank you from the depths of his heart that you have allowed your young people to go by the wayside. You have allowed your young people to feel hopeless, to feel useless, and that the only thing that they see is writing their own obituary. The only thing that they see is writing out their own prayer card and their own casket and what cemetery. That's all they see. And my buddy want to thank you. So as I close out, the blood is on your hands. Thank you. If you're not doing anything at all, when you know you can help, then the blood is on your hands. And so we asking the way to get the blood off your hands. Listen, if you know such personalities such as Steve Harvey, we just asking that you try to get this message to him, get this video to him, and let him know that we just need somebody to have a more powerful voice that can get this onto a national platform. Listen, even Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres is known to take something simple off Facebook or YouTube and take that issue and make it global. So if anybody know Ellen DeGeneres, her executives, her assistants, anyone in her camp, get this message to her. And also, listen, our brother Tyrese. Yes, brother Tyrese, who put out powerful, inspirational messages, twice a week. He put it out. If you can get this message to brother Tyrese and let him know there's some people over in New Jersey, we ain't running for no political office. We're not trying to get rich, not trying to do fame. Listen, I invite you to come in here and see what I do. I'm a sincere funeral director, and I do this 7 days a week. And I'm more concerned about saving our young people and keeping our young people out the caskets. So if you know Brother Tyrese, get this message to him. Cooper Anderson, CNN. If you know Brother Cooper, give this message to Cooper Anderson. He's known for helping people get their message out. Also, Oprah. We can't forget Oprah, that big voice. Listen, if you know Oprah, hairstylist, as assistants, executive, get this message to Oprah. Tell Oprah we have a bunch of young men crying out, a funeral director crying out in the wilderness here in New Jersey, trying to save our young people. And I know Oprah will give a platform for this issue. I know she would. And also, listen, if you know the Queen, and when I say Queen, y'all know who I'm talking, Queen Latifah, who is phenomenal. She's phenomenal. And not only that, she's from Newark, New Jersey, from where we at. So we talking to, if you know the Queen, if anybody here in Newark, anybody just in the surroundings, tri-state, or wherever you at, that know someone that know the Queen, get this message to the Queen. And let her know that she has a powerful young organization, a powerful funeral director who's trying to save the life of our baby. And we know that if the Queen get the message, she will give the voice of our voice a platform. Thank you.